You know?
Much like Stango to Slug in that Rocky video.
Exactly.
Which is now, I think that it got copyright struck, right? The song. Oh, we have a game.
Oh, we have a match.
It is Winmil and Krispy, who I'm guessing is Falco Chic, versus Mono and Grim Adventures. Is that true?
That, I believe Winmil plays Falco. So that sounds right to me. And Krispy plays Chic. That's also right. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. Interesting matchup here. I would say anytime there are two teams and one team has a Fox, I generally favor them.
This is one of the better non-Fox teams, though, I think.
Yes,
Falco
for sure.
Chic.
There's kind of the level 1 noob strategy of like Chic just gets the spam down smash and Falco can just laser into Chic over and over again.
Their moves kind of flow pretty naturally into each other as well. So like the team combos come pretty naturally. The way that Chic doesn't mind being close to the edge sometimes, and Falco really needs to hug the center. They're both able to, save each other well with their projectiles. Like there's just a lot of nice things about the team that just, I don't know. I guess if you were to not look into it very much, I wouldn't think this team is that great. But then when you start to actually put together all the little pieces, it can be pretty good.
Nice back air finisher by Krispy. Oh, I thought Mark was dead there. Nice forward smash.
Kind of went over the down tilt. It was like a low crush from a traditional fighter.
Yeah, Falco does do a little hop in the forward smash, right?
Yeah.
I always love hurt box manipulation.
It is really cool, yeah.
Me as a Falcon player, obviously that happens more often than not with side B and forward smash because you have like a decent.
I got hit by those contortionist side Bs a few times just an hour or so ago.
But it's always cool to see when it happens in game.
Yeah.
Okay, off-stage situation.
And they need to capitalize big time on the edge guard. They do, and that makes it possible.
Yeah.
The conversion rate in teams is ridiculous because the conversion rate gets multiplied since there's twice the number of stocks. So if you're not hitting that double edge guard several times over, it really shows. You end up many stocks down.
I know exactly what you mean. It's like when you're playing a singles match and you barely miss what would have been a kill, and then you get reverse hold and lose a stock, that hurts. But if you just somehow mess up a double edge guard and suddenly there's still 2 stocks on the board that you would have otherwise had, it's almost impossible to come back at that point.
Yeah, because it can be pretty hard to get long. They're all wearing bucket hats. This is one crew of friends.
Those are the Borg Tech bucket hats.
Oh.
I am also a recipient of the hat, which I purchased with my hard-earned cash.
Understood.
Local controller modder and very good Luigi.
That's cool. Someone else with good branding. Got bucket hats going on? Huh. We were talking about something relevant before I noticed the bucket hats. But it's out of my head now.
Double edge guard.
Oh, yeah, the double edge guard thing. Yeah, it feels, part of it's you can get the quick teams combos, but they don't come up as often and as reliably as in singles.
Yeah.
So, missing your opportunities, in my opinion, is even bigger. Your opportunities for stocks. Because there are plenty of chances to build up, 30 or 40 damage at a time. Sort of, okay, and then you get the down air, and that makes it much different.
Yes.
Because it could have been another 30 or 40 damage and still not led to a stock. So you need to have so many other good exchanges.
I'm liking Green Team's general awareness. It looks like that they've played teams frequently together. In the sense, you can kind of tell the pacing of the target switch and the decision making in that time, if they've played together a lot or not, and this team seems to have it. So
I've noticed once or twice too. They're pretty good at, especially because we got Falco lasers. If Sheik wins a neutral exchange and starts a punish, an extended punish, the Falco's been pretty good at playing slow, wally neutral with lasers and retreating aerials to let the Sheik keep going, and then if he wins the exchange, the opposite is true as well. So they trust each other to take their singles punishes quite far.
Yes.
And sort of just buy time for whoever the person is that needs it.
Yeah, that definitely is one of Sheik's, I would say, weaknesses that you have to play around sometimes is that her singles punish game takes a really long time,
Yes.
right? Like down throw is a super long animation. Her combos just aren't super explosive, like a Captain Falcon or a Fox or even a Falco. So being able to play around that and wall out the opposing team while Sheik is able to go for a singles punish, and knowing when you don't have that opportunity and instead should go for a team combo is a very crucial skill to have as a teammate to Sheik. So I'm liking that we're seeing that from Falco as well.
Yeah, I love Sheik in general in teams because, I don't know, there's so much complexity that gets added when you take the amount of time that's required into account, like you're saying. And then you couple that on top of all of the things that your partners are doing, and sometimes you don't have time for those down throws. You just throw them off the stage and go help or something.
Yeah, I think Sheik recovery also adds a layer to edge guarding. It's a lot like Puff or Peach, where sometimes you can hit her off stage and there's no clear path to a kill, in which case you're just like, all right, let me just hit Sheik off stage. Her recovery takes forever.
Yes, that's true too.
Time to go get some damage on the opposing teammate. And just like that, it's an even game. Red team cleaning it up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we should pay attention to the red team for a little bit and see what their style is. I was thinking so much about Falco Peach. I can't track all 4 characters right now.
Yeah.
I need 2 more hours of sleep to do that. 1 hour of sleep per character track.
Yeah, Marth is a very interesting doubles character.
Yes.
Specifically for the reason that we were talking about, where it's very hard to properly wall out the opposing team just because there's not a lot of active frames on the moves, right? Like, it's very easy because there's 2 characters for even if you hit the one, the other one to come in right after with punish. So you have to play very careful, very purposeful. Ooh, lovely update.
And this is a team's conscious Marth player too. Had an edge guard that would have taken a while, instead ran all the way across the stage to forward smash a recovering Sheik.
Yep.
And I think that made the difference.
Yeah.
And that's something a lot of Marth players, I think, struggle with when they switch to teams, is knowing when, I don't know, you spend so much time programming your edge guard flowcharts and stuff in singles, and you have to find ways to shorten them and know when to abandon them altogether.
Yes.
I think that was very important to them coming back that game.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day when you would watch QFAT, it's just a lot of positioning yourself in a space where obviously every team requires a certain level of positioning to be able to support your teammate, but Marth feels especially like it's especially crucial to have that, because I remember watching QFAT back in the day and being like, how on earth did PQ get that down there? And he was just in the right spot always to convert on that in the event they needed that. So something to watch out for sure.
And they had different formations they would use depending on who they're playing against and the percents and what they think they're going to do and all sorts of stuff. You have to be very intentional with him. And he has some strengths in teams. He has a rather good, I always said traffic cop, because he can sort of direct where people need to go with the length of the sword, his evasiveness and all that. But he has so many teams' weaknesses, which a lot of them exacerbate singles Marths, right? Because you have to play so differently.
Yeah.
A lot of the things you like to do in singles just don't work as well in doubles. And once again, we have a game where green team starting out on top.
Yeah. Unintentional grab on the teammate. Yep. I'm seeing a lot of grabs from Sheik, which is, I hate to say it's a...
You think dubious?
No, I think it's, the red team should be preventing that from happening.
Oh, I see.
I feel like when you see characters that have long grab animation, like Sheik in particular, when you see Sheik getting a lot of grabs in a doubles match, to me that screams that red team isn't playing close enough to each other to support when one is getting grabbed.
And I had this, I think it was Husband who taught me this when I teamed with him, but you have to be, usually as Fox and Marth, when you're teaming with other characters, you can stay somewhat farther away because of your speed, but just the way that both of them get punished, you have to almost not give them a full dash dance back, which you would want to give them usually.
Yes.
Like you feel like you want to give them a full dash dance back, but the dash is too long. You just can't. Won't be able to help each other. They did do a cool thing before when the Sheik did a down throw. The Falco lasered the lag, and I think she recovered faster.
This is a pretty tight game. It was what felt like a pretty big lead for Green Team. So.
That's the way Game 2 went as well. The edge guard important, does not get it. Instead gets reversal, but Marth gets hit off too. What's going to happen out there?
Oh, side being Sheik was a big mistake.
Yeah. You know what, but they're at higher percents. It's still kind of an even game as long as our Fox can live for a little while. And it is a stressful spot as a team's Fox.
Wait a second.
There should
That's
be a good edge guard. Okay, you just have to make time for your teammate to recover. Very good. Stepping in the way of needles and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's sort of the difference between, like, Marth had to already be up there to get the punish.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't jump that quickly.
Up tilt.
Yeah, since she's since her feet don't touch the ground, she won't be launched by that up tilt.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this quite unexplored thing where you have different knockback based on.
Okay.
The red team comes out on top.
I know.
After being down 2 different games, the comeback kings.